Coalition. Good evening, sir, and thanks very much for your time. From the last time you spoke to your colleagues and comrades, how did they describe the situation in Zimbabwe?
From the last time that I communicated with the people back home, they said that the situation was very tense, and there was high presence of the police and the military in most residential suburbs, mainly in Harare. And they had been going door to door, searching houses and beating up people. And from the morning, from around 9 o'clock in the morning, the government also shut down internet. So it has been quite difficult to connect with the people that are back home in Zimbabwe.
Now, from what the Minister of State for National Security, Owen Ncube, said, he did confirm that people may have died, but he didn't give a number, and that scores of protesters were injured. There again, he didn't give or attach any number to that. From what you have heard, how many people have died?
Unconfirmed reports are saying 5 people have died, but we are still to confirm exactly how many people have died. But as you know, that we have a stubborn government, that they always try to downplay the gravity of the situation that will be at hand. You know, during the November coup, that we had quite a lot of people that died, but we were told that it was a peaceful transition. You also know of the August 1 shooting, that there are some people who are still unaccounted for, but we had reports that many people had died during the shootings on August 1.
Now, according to the government, the protests were, to quote one newspaper, well orchestrated, close quotes, by the opposition, the MDC.
Well, that's what's happened with the government that is in panic. The organization that I represent, the Crisis in Zimbabwe Coalition, has been accused of convening meetings that have been planning protests. But come on, Zimbabweans are not dull people. Zimbabweans are suffering. Zimbabweans are hungry. Zimbabweans are feeling the pinch of the economic crisis. It does not need anyone to tell you that you have to go to the streets. It is a duty for every Zimbabwean that is facing the harsh economic environment to make sure that you clamor for a better economy, you clamor for free education, you clamor for affordable prices in terms of fuel, and also the deteriorating health sector in Zimbabwe. You know that medical personnel have been on strike for almost a month. And those are the issues that Zimbabweans are saying enough is enough, and they want their government to address those issues.
How do you think that they should address this crisis?
I think the first thing that should happen is that Mnangagwa and his administration should admit that they have failed. First of all, they face a legitimacy crisis. And secondly, they have failed to run the economy. The situation that we are facing now, it now needs an all-inclusive approach. It now needs a national dialogue, a genuine national dialogue, to say, we are Zimbabweans. Let's sit down and chart the way forward so that we rescue the situation, the economic collapse that the country is currently facing now.
The government insists that it is sensitive to what is going on in the country, and it's doing everything in its power to actually address the challenges that the country faces. It's the reason the president of Zimbabwe, Emmerson Mnangagwa, says he is in Russia, for example, to try and mobilize the resources that will help to deal with the challenges the country faces.
To say that they're sensitive, I think that would be a clear lie. You can't be a government that is sensitive, that sells fuel at 45 rands a litre. Where on earth have you had such an increase in the price of fuel? Where a government has been abandoning the health sector, the doctors are earning meager allowances. They still insist that the US dollar is equivalent to the bond note. But the situation on the ground, it shows that, in Zimbabwe, there are different price tags. You buy in US dollar, you buy in bond note, you buy in Eco Cash, and you buy in Swipe. That shows for you the levels of decay that is in the economy, the levels of decay that is in the country. And for Mnangagwa, spending 25 million flying to Russia when the country is in a mess as it is, it shows a leader who is very insensitive. It shows a leader that who is obsessed, with luxury. You know for a fact that ever since Mnangagwa got into office, we've had numerous deals. If we are to calculate now, probably would have reached billion-dollar deals that this government has signed. But nothing we have seen on the table. That shows that there is nothing. It's all talk.
Okay, that's where we're going to leave it for now. Thanks very much for coming through, Blessing Vava.